Well, howdy. It is time once again. It's really late into the day, but whatever, it's better late than never at all. It is time to talk about D6 Feet Under some more. I know what you're thinking. Man, you're taking too long with this. And yeah, I am. Because I want this to be something I am really happy with. If I wanted to just make an update that is a couple pages long, I could do that. I could pull that off, but uh, I would not feel satisfied. I've been I've done a whole bunch of thinking about this, and I am considering altering how merit works. Because currently, the player, I should probably change music since I am already present. Thank you guys, thank you. I'm gonna leave the saloon for a bit. And let's just, yeah, let's go with this. At least for now. So, I've been thinking about how to deal with merit. And I had an idea that I was briefly toying with earlier today. Here's the deal. As I've established previously, main features that players could deal with or get and so on and so forth are from NPCs, mostly defined by who is this PC to you. Actually, let me make this a little quieter. I did not realize it will be playing at full volume once more. Who are they to you? What happened that costed you their presence in life, I suppose? And finally, how did you deal with them? What was the vendetta like? And this mercy option is something that I wanted to be actually bad or just null. Because this is a game about endless cycle of revenge. You are not supposed to forgive your vendetta, right? But I should have that as an option in the game. And previously, I thought maybe, let's see, how did I word it? No new characters pursue you for their vendetta, which is okay benefit, but I don't know. It part of me is considering doing something like this. Your minimum and maximum merit increase by 1. Let's just mark this as something that I will hopefully remember to remove or reconsider the next time. So I'm thinking of toying with what's the minimum and maximum merit of a character, because forgiving someone for, well, vendetta, for ruining a relationship with someone, that should probably make you a better person in a way. And this would communicate that pretty clearly. Funny thing is that even if you were to forgive all 5 of the vendettas you have space for, your minimum merit would still be -1, which means you could still be considered like somewhat evil even after all that, which I really, really like. At the same time, it would be harder for you to be considered evil. You would have plenty of leeway when it comes to how much merit you can afford to lose and such. If I do that, I will have to rework this whole scale on the side, which I was hoping I could use a paperclip to highlight where your merit is at the moment, and that would be pretty cool, but if I can change minimum and maximum, it would be a lot more practical to just get rid of that. Anyway, I was thinking about coming up with abilities for more stuff. We've dealt with NPC abilities last time, and there are still some missing, like the arson and betrayal, but I want to do some other features, like maybe the profession features. Those could be pretty interesting. These I've mostly flavored as for next 10 minutes you get some non-combat benefit, with some exceptions of course, but I could imagine plenty more professions here. Like maybe you are a doctor. So let's see, what do you get if you are a doctor? Healing? Not sure how healing will work. I guess reducing the severity of wounds, but am I even tracking wounds in this yet? Great feat, obsession. I'm starting to think that maybe I don't need to list all possible obsessions here. Maybe I just need to make a blank line. Actually, the blank line is what's above that. So let's just comment that for a moment. Comment for a moment. Here it is. Okay, that's that. Let me check if I have the streamer mode on. I do. That is excellent. Very good. I am happy. And okay, this could be shorter. Or stat plus number of dice greater than 7. Let's see. Win. I guess win is a shorter form of success. For now it gets to stay like this. At least it gives me plenty more space for equipment. That's good. How you died. That is the part that I wanted to work on the most today. And the Nemesis features. Not sure what Oathsworn even means at this point. How you died. Call features. Oh yeah, like what made you adventure? You are seeking fame or liberation or power, riches, wanderlust, wisdom, and possibly Nemesis? Or is Nemesis something else? Nemesis. I guess it's something else. Okay. Here's the thing about myths and Nemesis. Nemesis is a myth that you choose as your, well, focus character. This is mainly inspired by 13th Age, specifically its icons. I want something along those lines. 6 powerful creatures or beings of the Wild West who the player could have a somewhat personal relationship with each of them. And if they want to, different players could have relationships with different myths. Nemesis is supposed to be this sort of huge, larger-than-life being who would influence the world a lot. And I don't know yet how exactly do I want all that to work. What I do know is that I had some concepts for them, and recently I've been thinking that maybe the creatures, well, the myths, could have features that could be given as like rewards or story progression landmarks, something along those lines. It's... I don't know yet how to put it. Because I'll be honest, I haven't read 13th Age in a long while, and I don't really feel like rereading stuff. So I know that the icon becomes relevant when a specific dice roll happens or something along those lines. They pop into a story, they will maybe have a little chat or something, player will get a reward or something like that, and the icon will just go on their merry way. At least that's the surface level understanding of it from me, which barely anyone cares about, but whatever. Wisdom. Wisdom could actually be maybe like you get one answer to a question. Do I have that kind of mechanic yet? I don't. Once per day, you may ask a GM a question that your character could learn. And yeah, maybe it's something like this. What I am not a fan of is the fact that I have five. Wait, is it five or six? That's six, yeah. Okay, that works. Hooray! We got the call features. I do want to simplify the rules for the duels, since having them spread out on 2 pages feels like a lot. And the wounds... I don't know yet how I will deal with the wounds. Curses. Curses are something I wanted to deal with today. I am just scattered today. Hope you all are having a great day. Okay, curses. Let's start with stating the first thing, the most important thing that I can tell right away. Each curse is written on a post-it note stuck on one of the NPC pages in your character zine. While the curse is active, you do not get any features from the page it's stuck on. In other words, having a curse might sound cool, but you do not get features from, you know, having a mother figure in your life, or maybe even a child, a lover, whatever you choose. Okay. Now, I don't know if zombie is a proper way to label it in Wild West, and right now I am not gonna worry about that much. I will just say that it is one of the virus options, virus curse options, and move on. Let me reopen my notes. Features. Head, chest, main hand, offhand, legs, scrape. Yeah. I previously, back when I worked on this in Obsidian, I wanted to assign each ability to a body part, which would be neat, but I figured that instead of body parts, I could just related to relationship types. Okay, I know zombie is one, and lycanthrope is gonna be another one. Zombie is a curse written on a post-it note stuck on the scrape page of a character scene. Okay, let's just... You gain following features. Your soul is 0 and your luck can be negative. You can only be killed by a head injury. I know head injury is right now not the term used here, but I will use it anyway because that's how I wrote it originally. Your bite spreads the curse. Finally, you know the name and the location of the zombie who cursed you. You write their name down as a vendetta. You can... You can lose this curse only if they die. Now, this could be your vendetta, but I don't think it has to be your vendetta. What is important is just that... Right? Let's just rephrase it into a core of it, like some prerequisite for everything else. So, write down the name of the zombie who cursed you. You can lose this curse only if they... While they are alive, you gain the following features. Boom! There we go. That's so much cleaner, I think. Feels more compact, feels better. Your soul is 0 and your luck can be negative. You can only be killed by a head injury. Let's make that a separate feature. Now I wanted the spreading of the curse to have a motivation. If you kill a... You gain 1 luck whenever you do so. Whenever you do so, gain 1 luck. Boom! Whenever you spread the curse by your bite, gain 1 luck. Boom! Okay, it is longer, but at the same time I think it allows for more clarity, so that's good to know, good to have. Lycanthrope curse. Now, I don't think I've had anything specific for this. So, Lycan is a curse written on a post-it. I only wrote Lycan back then. Let's keep it short, yeah. Written on a post-it note, stuck on the legs page of a character's zine. I already wrote the post-it note part above all curses. Each curse is written on a post-it note stuck on one of the NPC pages. On an NPC page of your choice. Boom, shorter. Okay. Choose 2 traits from the list below that represent the animal or lichen that cursed you the best. You can climb on walls and ceilings at GM's discretion. You can breathe underwater and swim unhindered. You can find your way underground and dig at your walking speed. Your obsession changes to cannibalism. Lovely features. Your obsession. No, you know what? Cannibalism counts as your obsession. That's gonna be more interesting. Whenever you bite someone, they get cursed by you, and you blah 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 something. I can lose this curse only if something. Good, I did not have that prepared even back then. Wow, I am doing great. While you are... How I want this to be cured? You know what? Let's try to do some brief research. Lycanthropy cures. How to cure lycanthropy. Incredible. Did not appear in folklore. Killing the werewolf who turned you. This is absolutely not a thing for a whole slew of reasons, not only because the whole curse transmitted by biting was never in folklore to begin with. No, no, no. Exorcism. Okay. Death. Oh yeah. The most common cure for a werewolf is to kill them, of course. Killing the witch person who cursed you. This is similar to this, but okay. Werewolf returns to his human shape when the one who cursed them is killed. Removing the magic item that made you turn. Oh wow, okay. Those things that make lycanthropy only curable by death, they're being very accurate to the overwhelming majority of the original folklore. Weirder, more obscure ways. Montague Summers, for instance, that in fact mentioned some of those Stranger Things mentioned. Stranger Things season 5. You see here and there, like curing a werewolf by reproaching them by name as a werewolf, or else if they're thrice addressed by their Christian name, or struck 3 blows on forehead with a knife, or that 3 drops of blood should be drawn, among a few others. And there's also that one old one of someone throwing a piece of iron over the werewolf's head. Yeah, those sound a little lame. Only main benefits. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's take inspiration from 5e. Why the heck not? Clinical lycanthropy. Is a cure for lycanthropy? Werewolf cures. I don't feel like watching videos on here, just in case. But, how can lycanthropy be cured? Okay, let's do research. How to cure lycanthropy. Make a wish. Okay, that's not gonna happen. I guess it could make a deal with one of the myths, but let's not do that for now. Remove curse spell, that is not a thing in this game. Belladonna. Some players opt to use this method, although be very careful. You have to get 3 successful rolls for it to be considered effective. If on the other hand you get natural 1, you transform into a werebeast within a minute. Okay, what the hell is Belladonna? Is it Wolfsbane? Nightshade. Okay. Any method which the DM approves. Of course, I am the DM, that's the problem here. And let's see, here are the rules. There aren't many options. Yep. Cool. Those 3 spells. Greater Restoration. Okay, so those are just spells. Panacea, True Resurrection. First edition had Belladonna in the PHB equipment list. Oh boy, using D&D Wiki as a source. Lycanthropes as characters. Okay, let's zoom in. I guess the text is pretty small. Lycanthropy remains in animal form. Wisdom check. Aware of lycanthropic condition. Awareness of his condition. Does not lose control. NPC involuntary change. Will save. Control shape. Curing lycanthropy. Here we go. Affected character who eats a sprig of belladonna, also called Wolfsbane. I was right! Within 1 hour of a lycanthrope's attack and attempt a DC 20 fortitude save. Okay, but this is not gonna be just within 1 hour. Heal modifier. Character gets only 1 chance, no matter how much belladonna is consumed. The belladonna must be reasonably fresh. However, fresh or not, belladonna is toxic. The character must succeed on 4th save, remove disease or heal spell cast by cleric of 12 level or higher, remove curse, break enchantment, 20 will save. Yeah, okay, whatever. Bang. Are there any other potential ways? Okay. Wish. Crabs in the world, belladonna, remove curse, lycanthropy. You never transform, you don't have access to crazy strong damage resistances and senses. Yeah. Okay. Remove curse, only wish spell, the greater restoration, belladonna. Okay, I guess the one consistent thing I am reading here is belladonna and spells, but I am not having spells. I don't want spells in my cowboy game. So I guess belladonna might have to be it. Unless I just come up with something of my own. Werewolf subtypes. Khajiit man beast? Hold on. I have to see that. That's just the Khajiit, just bent over a little. Just slightly hunched. Curing the condition. There we go. Done before the first transformation. Laying over, they should know the green pact that feel. Fix the form of the Bosmer has the ability to instantly cure green pact Bosmer who unwillingly contract lycanthropy. Most cures require the lycanthrope to find a way to exercise their inner beast. One example includes transmitting the condition to someone who already has dormant hereditary lycanthropic genes. Okay, maybe this could work by handing the lycanthrope curse to someone else. That could be an interesting way to resolve it. Ring of Hersing, grant control over transformation. Simplest solution is isolation. Despite their bloodlust, seems like lycanthropes can manage to live mostly plant-based diet. Berries, nuts, roots. Werewolf senses are so acute that they can detect food of all sorts. Okay. Were-bat, were-bear, were-boar, were-crocodile, were-lion, were-shark, were-vulture, were-wolf. Man, I should probably make up different types of my own. Rabies. Folk beliefs, becoming a werewolf, remedies. There we go, let's see. Many of the cures advocated by medieval medical practitioners. Another belief of the same culture involves the piercing of the werewolf's hands with nails. Sometimes less extreme methods were used. A werewolf could be cured if one were to simply address it 3 times by Christian names. Scolding a werewolf will cure it. Conversion to Christianity was a common method of removing lycanthropy. Devotion to Saint Hubert has been cited as both cure and protection from lycanthropes. Connection to revenants. Now see, revenant, that could be... Actually, that's just what my zombie is. Kind of, sort of. Yeah. Although, no, because revenant implies that you are only seeking revenge. Let's keep it as a zombie for now. And I think the music is looping a bit too long by now. So, let's see. Oregon Trail. Oh yeah. This practice stemmed from the fact that many alleged werewolves would be left feeling weak and debilitated after committing degradations. Long periods of physical activity. Power of exhaustion, curing people of lycanthropy. Okay. Nightmare begins. Can lycanthropy be removed? Wish spell. Reject. Okay. Do I go with Belladonna? Even that feels unfitting to me, because the consumption of Belladonna, at least from what I can recall from 15 minutes ago, happens if you consume it before your first transformation. The first transformation is sort of a binding thing. Once it happens, there is no going back. I don't know for sure. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to mute myself a little bit. And let me go check something real quick, just to be sure. Okay. I guess that's not happening today. No need to worry or ask about it. Here's the thing. I have an idea for a curse that could be removed only when you either reach 0 luck or absolutely negative merit or something like that. 0 luck could actually be kind of okay. Maybe it's a curse of like... I don't know. But running out of luck to cure your curse could be pretty interesting, because the player does not want to run out of luck. but I don't know if I wanted that to be the Lycan curse. Honestly, I kind of struggle with coming up with more curses. Hey. Oh, my phone rang. Okay, I guess I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. Okay, I guess my return is temporary, because I will be having a visitor over soon, just for a little bit. Here's the thing. Ideally, I would like to have 6 of everything in this game. 6 curses, 6 calls. I already have those. 6 professions. I have. Yeah, doctor is number 6. Hmm. Instead of regaining a luck during the rest, you can choose to. We can try to cure someone's wound. Roll 1d6. If the roll is less than more than at least the value related to that part of the body, you succeed. Maybe hold on. Okay, I'm getting an idea. Here's the thing. I think demon as a curse could be stuck on the page of you dying, so how you died. Because once you become a demon, there is no redeeming to you. You can be a good person, sure, but the demonic presence will always be there, sensed and so on. Maybe something like that could work. That could be interesting, I think. Let's just keep it simple for now and copy paste the whole thing just as a placeholder. I'm not sure about the doctor feature just yet, but for now it's gonna work. Boom. Much nicer. I have others with caps. No caps, okay. Job instead of profession. Okay, I guess that's good to stay like that. I've reached jail for the next 10 minutes, it acts strangely. I don't know. It feels weird, almost optimal that you get to be healing wounds as a doctor. Like, I feel players would just go, oh, let's just all be doctors. And that would suck a lot. Okay. I don't know. It feels like I could come up with more here, but what exactly? Do I even want these NPC features to be all spread out like this? Or like combined, I guess is a better word. I don't know yet. It's hard to decide on anything. What I do know is that I am liking the idea of demonic presence or something being a curse that you cannot get rid of. Yeah, let's say you gain this curse if you die with negative merit. You gain this post-it note is stuck on your the curse is applied. Curse, yeah, is applied to your death page instead of an NPC page. You gain the following features. Okay, now I think I will open the old D6 Feet Under rules just to have a reference of what this used to be and maybe bounce off of that. Do I have the PDF of that anywhere? Anywhere accessible? PSD, PNG, HTML. Connection? Maybe there's a demon here? Nope. Okay. I really not have the 6 feet under. Maybe full name. Illustration. PDFs. No, I don't seem to have it. Okay, let me just fetch it real quick from itch.io. itch.io. More download. Oh, right, I could open it from GM Binder. That's also a way to do it. Okay, whatever. I already did this, so might as well. The 6 feet under. Let's see what I did with the demons here. Oh yeah, they could shoot fire and reduce damage from fire by 1. Honestly, I don't even know if the reduction of damage is that important. Mind reading though, that is very tempting. English form, extra pair of arms, that was relevant when I said that you have the number of actions equal to your number of arms. Which is a cool idea, I think, but I'm that keen on it anymore. Okay. So, first of all, your gun is always considered loaded. You can shoot fire out of your... You can always shoot fire bullets even when you are not holding a gun. Okay, and my visitor is here, so it's time for me to take a small break. That took longer than I expected. I am back now, though, and I would bet that my viewers are gone, but that's just part of life, I suppose. This is how it has to be. Okay, let me rewind or fast forward my stream on the studio view, just to be sure everything works fine. Okay, curses. Now, here's the thing about curses. I like the sound of that, but actually no, I just like the sound of it, and I think it could work as a thing. I'm trying to put it into words. Whatever. I'm struggling to put it into words because I just came up with a cool as heck idea. And that is a secret 7th myth of the Wild West. So let's just delve into this page. Instead of Nemesis, this should be named the Myths. These are the most powerful beings of the Wild West that you can encounter. Make deals with, announce when it does upon, or even maybe defeat. Okay, that's just the start of it. Now, since I am so good at keeping my notes concise, not concise, organized, I have the guidelines for my myths and everything like that in a completely separate folder. So I have the Undertaker placeholder, the Ghost Rider. You know what? This should also be a placeholder. The Dollmaker. Stranger. The Devil. And also placeholder Chupacabra. Because this one is difficult to name. Like, what do you name the ultimate lycanthrope? A mixed lycanthrope of everything all at once. I don't know, and right now I don't know. I didn't even have words for it yet. Anyway, let me check back in with my notes on this. On Obsidian. Yes, okay. So, Spirit was another curse idea. Maybe, instead of these being your afterlife fate, these are things that you get afflicted with during life. This could keep you coming back from the dead. This prevents you from dying. This, or at least it makes it really difficult for you to die. This one, I guess it doesn't really affect whether you live or die, but it doesn't have to. I'm thinking of how to involve angels in this, and if I want to involve angels in this. And how to rename all these others. Because this one is zombie in its essence. This one is the spirit. This one is doll or machine. This one, I believe that was an angel. This one is the demon. This one is a lycan. Yeah, this one, Angel. Question marks for now. Maybe I don't even need to specify the ice and the fire stuff, like... Okay, yeah, the demon shooting fire out of their gun, that is cool. I want that. This, I guess I could simplify to just fire bullets. Except no, you know what, let's not do that. Sure, it sounds like it could be very useful, but just simplify it a little bit. Okay, but what I'm trying to get at, these sticky notes, these curses that you gain, no, these are myths. These curses that you gain as you live and die, possibly, could totally replace this page, allowing me even more space for stuff. Specifically, equipment, and more specifically, this. Because I struggled to fit this in there before, I could make this happen, maybe. Okay, let's just see if I can simplify this in any way. Another round, you know? It's in a cone area instead of one target. Let's say it's up to 6 adjacent targets. Just to make it shorter and more specific. Bullets can be shot in any order. I guess that gets to stay. Minimizes tension. Fine. Wounds caused by this weapon are recognizable. Okay, let's shorten it. Causes recognizable wounds. Boom. So much nicer. So much better. Actually, let me just check if that's how it's spelled. Yes, it is. Okay. Hooked. On a hit, you can choose to hook the target. Whenever you or the target move, the other one moves too. Honestly, I'm not a fan of this one. But let's try to reword it anyway. Okay, let's just see how it compares. This is before, and this is after. You may hook the target on hit. If either of you moves away, the other follows. I guess it feels a little unclear, but then again, you know. Okay, guarding. Not see, not light. 1d6. When someone adjacent to you attacks, you may reduce their attack by 1 die. You may reduce an attack from someone adjacent by 1d. A little better, I guess. Familiar. Jammed for anyone who isn't blood related to you. Can't be disarmed. This one will be tough to shorten. Let's keep it. On hit, you may force the target to drop a held item instead of damage. You may force the hit target to drop a held item instead of damaging them. You may forego damage to force the hit target to drop a held item. Okay, that shortened it. Good. Anchoring, not ranged or spread. On hit, you may prevent the target from moving away, but the weapon can't be used in the meantime. You may prevent the hit target from moving, but the weapon can't be used in the meantime. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it should be good and necessary, maybe even, but yeah. Can attack from range by spending its 6 bullets. Spend a turn reloading when out of bullets. Spend a turn reloading when out of bullets. Can attack from range 6 times, then it must be reloaded in a turn. Okay, he's shortened it a little, but can we do more? Can attack from range. You may... Attacks non-adjacent targets after 6 uses must be reloaded. Must be reloaded after 6 uses. 6 shots? Yeah, I guess that works. It's okay. Familiar. Jammed for anyone who isn't blood related to you can't be disarmed. Let's try first switching the order of those sentences, because I like how short this one is. Can't be disarmed. Jump for anyone who isn't blood related. I guess this works. It's as good as it gets, if I am trying to keep everything down to 2 lines. Okay, let's see this as an experiment. Oh, still not good enough. So close, yet so far. The thing is, you don't really need an extensive equipment section. What you need is, most importantly, a list of your weapons that you are using, and bullets which you could load into weapons. Anchoring. You may prevent the hit target from moving. You know what? Let's just simplify it. Hit target can't move for a round. Something like this. You may forgo damage to force the target to drop a held item. Hooked. You may hook the target on hit. If either of you moves away, the other follows. I'm trying to see if I can simplify a requirement. Spread is negating anchoring, disarming, and hooked. One target. One target. Hold on. I may hook the hit target. If either of you moves away, the other follows. I guess for now. But spread could maybe specify something. You may hook the hit adjacent target. If either of you moves away, the other follows. Not spread, not light, light. Weapon must be light. Weapon can't be light. Okay. Let's run with that, because now bullets can be shot in any order. Let's say, actually, ranged requirement? No, let's just say ranged. And now for these, yes. For this and dash. For this, no. For this and dash. For this, no. And for this, just so far not spread. Okay. Now we just need to get rid of the spread. Attacks non-adjacent targets. A target can move on its next turn. You may forgo damage to force the hit target to drop a held item. Can't be disarmed. Weapon can't be light. You may reduce an attack. Okay. I think I have an idea. Hits up to 6 adjacent targets. No benefits from properties that affect the targets. Yeah, something like this. And now that would eliminate this, because this affects the target. It would also eliminate this completely, because that affects the target. And finally this. And look at that. I don't know if it's compact, but it looks more compact. If only I were to also shorten this, but for now... Look at this. This looks so much more compact. Oh. But there are still some abilities, some properties that take up 3 rows. And also, let's... Of course they still don't fit. Ah. Do I need to just get rid of something? Okay, how about this? Ranged and rotary could be maybe listed in order. Like one after another. As in, this is an upgrade for this. Is it N space? What is it called? Not M dash, not N dash, and a zipper. Okay, so this could reuse this. This. Bam. 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 Blamo. Blam. Blam. And blam. Okay, we are cooking. We are officially cooking. Anchoring. Hit the target can move on this next turn. Hit melee target. Okay, but like, let's try it anyway. Please, also melee. And now, this one is gonna mess everything up for a bit. And so is this, but eventually... Oh, so much nicer. Okay. Marking causes recognizable wounds. And let's try the bullets. Almost there. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's have a look at the bullets. Can we shorten the bullets in any way? Blink causes no damage. You teleport where the bullet lands. Let's try to shorten these. Okay, that did not help you yet. Teleport where the bullet lands. Boom. Target can see until the start of your next turn. Not sure yet. Minus 1d6. On a hit, damages the target and all adjacent targets. Okay, I guess that kind of works. Until I will clarify what exactly does the hit even mean, but whatever. No damage, instead creates a loud bang. Creates a loud bang and a flash of light that draws attention. Draws attention with a loud bang and a flash of light. I guess for now it will do. Silver. Target killed by this bullet can reincarnate. Boom. And it's all on a single page. Maybe. Ranged. Required. Ah. May shoot bullets in any order. You know what? Screw that polite stuff. Shoot bullets in any order. There we go. This therefore doesn't require this. Router can be moved back where it belongs. And that's the weapon tables. I would say that's somewhat improved. I know that we lost a little bit of clarity by moving the damage reductions here and the requirements. Wait, that's not the requirement. One-handed can be concealed, whereas quiet is minimizing attention. Okay, let's move this here. Can be concealed. Six adjacent targets. No benefits from properties that affect the targets. One-handed can be concealed. You may hook them. Oh yeah. Okay. So this we're gonna hide. You may hook the hit target. If either of you moves away, maybe weapon. Okay, I can fit in that. Ranged. Not light. Not ranged. Oh, it's another row. The target can move on his next turn. I don't think I can shorten that in any way whatsoever. Unless I would reintroduce the melee keyword, but I would like to avoid that. If target can move on its... for one round. No. Yeah. attacks non-adjacent targets must be reloaded after 6 bullets are shot. Okay, whatever. Let's take a break from that. Now, I'm so happy that this is actually turned into curses, because this means I could allow a player to stack multiple of them. Let's just think about this. So, if I allow the player to stack stuff, it reminds me of that one game I made for Marsh Hotel, because over there you could have multiple archetypes at the same time, and this is very much similar. I'm thinking each of them should have a positive and a negative, clearly. So, with the zombie, we already got that. Your soul is 0 and your luck can be negative. That's a very... This is a bad thing, because it means you cannot regain luck whatsoever. This is a positive thing, because you can never run out of luck. Kind of, sort of. You can only be killed by a head injury, which means you are effectively immortal. This is a great thing. Well, not effectively immortal, it's just really hard to kill you. Whenever you bite someone, you gain 1 luck and they get cursed by you. So, here's the deal with zombies. If you are a zombie, your only hope of regaining your life, I just noticed THE with a space in between. Kind of a bad habit that I'm getting. If you get infected with zombie curse and you want to get back to normal, the only way for you to fix this is to infect enough people to be at least at 0 luck, and then to kill the zombie who cursed you. Because if you... I don't know, actually... Okay, I'm thinking, because if you can avoid the head injury... Oh yeah, wait, I know. Okay, first of all, the death page, we will need to get rid of that. This is gonna be the equipment. Fine, that's where equipment will go. Now, the former place for equipment will now instead be body parts. A, B. Okay, good, working. So 1 is for... Actually, let me revisit those notes that I've had. Yeah. Scrape. Second is for offhand. Third is main hand. Fourth is legs. Fifth is chest. Sixth is head. And why the heck is it doing this? What are you doing? Boom. Solved. Sure, it makes my code look like spaghetti, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It works. It just works. Okay. Now, what this means is what kind of body part do you get hurt if you, depending on the roll of your enemy. Enemy rolls a 4 on their dice, your legs get hurt a lot. Unless you spend 4 luck to avoid that injury. Can I fit that actually into one column? Almost. And all items. Legs can't move. Chest, not sure. Here, the offhand can't hold item. Two-handed items. Ah, that's so worthy. And chest. I don't know what the heck kind of injury should chest constitute. What did I do with the previously 6 feet under there? Being pursued, obsessions. I guess scar could be a reasonable step in between. Okay. Will it help if I get rid of the measure, the merit? No? That's unfortunate. Name, able body. Okay, hold on, let's just check how far does it reach. It reaches pretty far. Page break. I guess this works. Okay, so we've got ourselves a simple system for wounds. Whenever you get hurt, you can spend luck or take a wound. And if your wound is already crossed out, you take the next highest wound. So, actually, let's check. Can I come up with something else? Defacement. That could be so nice to have here. Oh, eye. Yeah. I'm trying to think of how to make this work. Maybe a table. Okay, this is kind of sort of working. But the table is looking so bad, so awful. PR left, right, and equal width, I think. Equal width might be what's getting me here. Yeah, table layout fixed. Oh man. Okay. Table layout CSS. Table layout property auto. Okay, this works. So, hands. That's one of them. This could be legs. Half speed down. You know what? Let's say half speed. Because you could, in theory, pull yourself with hands or something like that. Can't hold items. Okay, no, that's next one. Eyes. Boom. Okay. Now, these next ones could be combined. Cell span 3? Does that work? Head. Here they. I think. No, maybe cell dash span? Okay, CSS cell span. Go. Column span property. Is it added? No, that's column span. Table. Oh, row span, call span. Call span. CSS call span. Table call span. TH call span 2. Oh, it needs to be in quotation marks. Call span 3. Why isn't it working? Boom, there we go. That's more like it. So we now have a template for this type of row. Let's just go straight. Let's omit the multi-Python reference and just do an n dash Scar. Now Scar, easier to recognize. I was afraid that would happen. Recognizable. And now the obsession is not fitting. Okay, so what if I were to make obsession into its own row? Let's maybe... Oof, no. That's too big, man. Ah. I don't like how small this font size 20 pixels. 10 pixels. Okay, that's a fine size. Now I just need to move the title up a bit. H1. You know what? How about H2? Okay, I'm getting bored of this music, and by now you probably feel fed up with it since it's been going on for a long time. So let's switch music up a little bit. Oregon Trail. Let's go with Frontier Town. Maybe H3. H4. Now that's cooking. Okay. I mean, yes, I am really close to the edges there, but I think we could make this work. Somewhat. Maybe if I make this scrape table smaller. Not the wounds table, I mean. But this was a good choice to split up left and right. Okay. We are making progress. Let's switch the equipment and this page. Because, like, yes, this is the core that you need to see immediately, right away while you're playing. This is also fairly important and it can change a lot, so you should have it somewhere close to this. Oh, maybe this could be the last page. So we just turn it around and see the equipment. And then, Have You Lived is the first section, and followed by your relationships. Let's just try to mimic that a little. So we have page break. NPC, H4, NPC, H4. And this one is Nemesis. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. Oh! Wait, that means I only have 5 spaces for vendettas. Wait, but that's actually good, yeah. Because these will allow you to reach level 5, or rather soul 5. And this will bump you up to soul 6. Like, beyond human capabilities. Also, what if you gain soul with each developed feature, the developed trait? Like, think about it, okay? This is something that you get by default automatically. Oh, hold on. I forgot that the music volume resets. Okay, this is something that you can pick at any time, for any reason. Even at the start of the character, you could have all of these filled out. This is what makes you turn more serious, you know, more gritty, because you seek revenge, you seek vendetta. So this is what could increase your soul. If this doesn't happen, all of this will just lead to you being a perfectly normal person with no interesting stuff whatsoever. So, yeah, I think that's it. Let's just add that to each of the developed traits. Arson, betrayal. Your soul increases by 1. Initial hesitation developed trait. Your soul increases by 1. Initial trait. Final initial developed trait. Your soul increases by 1. Final developed. Initial, final developed. Initial, final developed. And now I bet that one of those is gonna be, yeah, twofold. And this one also. Well. Would you look at that? And I don't know if I can reorganize it without breaking the alphabetical order. Hooray! Okay, at least it somewhat fits on the same page still. Yeah, the mentor is the last one there, so we're good. For now. I am still unsure about this. Like, it sounds very thematic on the paper, but in practice it could be a mess, so let's not do that. Whenever your total on the roll is 1, you gain 1 luck. Shoot out your hold. If you're holding only a one-handed gun, you may shoot it any number of times in your turn. That's a final trait and sounds like a final one. Okay, let's just see if I can come up with the arson, because that's, I think, the last final trait that I don't have. We have a deal. You may spend 1 luck to establish a telepathic communication with your myth. Alternatively, you may spend half of your maximum luck to summon them. Deal. You may establish a telepathic communication with your myth for 10 minutes by spending 1 luck. Alternatively, you may spend half of your maximum luck, or half of your... luck worth of your soul to summon them. Something like this. I will certainly need a proofreader for this game. Okay, so this is about establishing connection with the myths of the Wild West. Now this, when you don't have enough luck to avoid a wound, you may attack once for free. So you get wounded yourself, but you will also wound them in return, probably. That is a pretty epic final trait, so that gets to be there. Final trait, Justice. When you kill a target that tried to kill you, gain all of their luck, even if the new total surpasses your soul. If your luck surpasses your soul at the sunset, it is reduced to an amount equal to your soul instead. Yeah. I guess, yeah, that gets to be that. Initial trait, final trait. No new characters pursue you for their vendetta. I am tempted to remove even that. Like, to make it clear that, oh, this is a feature that you do not want. Because it does nothing. Maybe, more cryptically, you gain nothing. You gained nothing. That includes no new enemies. Ooh. Now isn't that exciting? Develop trait, final trait. Oh, there we go, final. If you're holding only a one-handed gun, you may shoot it any number of times on your turn. And yeah, that works. So, arson. Arson is about destroying not just them, but their home as well. Maybe arson could be about destroying items? Something like that. But that sounds boring for a final. By targeting an item in the environment, you may double your damage. At GM's discretion, you may describe how you target an object with your attack, which then hurts someone. If an object you target with an attack hurts someone, the cost damage is doubled. Okay, I guess this works. It's a very creative way of doing it. Like, I'm imagining you shoot a chandelier, and since it falls on top of the targets, or I guess just one target, the damage will be double of what you just rolled. So let's go with that, and let's see what else can we finish today. Betrayal. You gain the following benefits. Your soul increases by 1. You may spend 1 luck. Oh, actually, you know what? I think it's time to reintroduce my good old trick. Now you might be thinking, Proph, that looks rather awful. And yes, it looks awful for now. Because I did not do this yet. Did I hit it right? There we go, that's the stuff. Now with this in my mind, I will be able to compact a whole bunch of this. So this for each of the developed features gets to go. Also, Ace, +2 soul. So ugly, okay. Oh, you stop loving your own. Okay, that works. Murder, +1 soul, shootout, theft. I think that's all of them. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bingo. Okay, do we have any other soul increases or anything like that here? Because this already should make it like plus a total of 8 soul, I think? And 7 if you fall out of love, but whatever. Who would do that? Betrayal. You may spend 1 luck and pick 1 person to sense any of their deliberate lies until the sunset. Some other benefit also. Let's just compare it to others. Develop trait. You can conjure a mare, a physical manifestation of your trauma or anxiety. They usually take shape of horned mechanical horses that produce wisps of smoke. You gain the following benefits. Only you may control your mare. The mare can carry up to 2 people and it can travel at a speed 2 times greater than your own. If the mare gets hurt, it vanishes. You may spend your own luck to prevent it from getting hurt. It's a stand. It's a stand horse. Disciple. When someone you see loses their luck, you may spend... That's an initial trait. Actually, are we missing any initial traits? That should be a thing that I would answer. Okay, all initial traits seem to be done. Theft. You can tell what item of yours someone desires most by talking to them for a minute. When one of your items is stolen, you are aware of it immediately. If you can see whoever stole your item, you may attack them once for free. Also, let's switch to music. Okay, volume should be normal. Let's keep it at that for now. Murder. You gain the following benefits. Whenever you indulge your obsession while resting, you regain 1 extra luck. You can tell if someone has more, less, or equal amount of soul by examining, observing them for a minute. And 1 more. I'm thinking the developed traits are mostly about out of combat benefits and some investigation type stuff. Although this is not investigation at all, and it kind of benefits in the combat. Okay, injustice, law. Now if a person you're looking at is a deliberate criminal, Let's keep at the murder theme for now. After reloading your weapon, you may shoot it once for free. You may shoot a weapon. You reload once. You, as part of a reload, you may shoot a weapon. After a reload, you may shoot a weapon once for free. That works. So, blam blam blam. Fast murder. Law. You can tell if a person you're looking at is a deliberate criminal. What was the law again? They were executed. Oh yeah, you lost your loved one or someone you cared about to law. I'm realizing something. The rival... I'm not sure if you would care much about your rival being murdered or executed or framed and executed, because, you know, that is a very open type of relationship for interpretation. Maybe you liked your rival, or maybe you hated them. Who knows? I'm kind of stuck. Let's rework these into roll tables, I think. Or like... Let's add these descriptions to the traits. Actually, do I even want that? I don't know. Mentor, disciple, equal. Okay. No, I am overthinking it a lot. Okay, let's move arson below over to the shootout. Mercy. Let's go with mercy. Arson, mercy. Now this. Let's move it to the top of the page break. And initial trait to the end of this page. This could be at the start of the final traits page. And with this is a developed trait. It should go beneath the developed trait here. Initial trait goes up to the page before. Developed final trait, justice. Justice is here. Initial trait, lover. Initial trait, lover. Lover. Equal. And mentor. Oh wait, dual is the one that doesn't belong. Dual goes over here. Okay. These are all the final traits. They fit on a single page. This is perfect. These are all the developed traits. This is still a mixture. Disciple, mentor, equal. So let's try to move this over to previous page. Lover should be above the mentor. Disciple, depth, betrayal. That's the thing. Okay. These are all the initial traits. They also fit on a single page. This is fantastic. This is going fantastic. Now we need to move this to this page. And these fit on 2 pages. Good. Very, very good. Betrayal is... that would hurt. This would also hurt. This kind of... this is along the lines of betrayal, so I kind of want theft to be listed with these two, but I'm not sure how. Maybe I just need to rename theft to something between T and I. Is there any power thesaurus? Theft, stealing, robbery, larceny. No, that's still there. Burglary? Burglary doesn't mean the same thing, does it? Actually, it could work even if it's anything above I. Not heist, embezzlement, shoplifting, pilferage, appropriation, ripoff, robbing, looting, breaking, peculation, purloining. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's see, injustice. Wrong. Unfairness. Iniquity, inequity, injury, unjustness, offense, outrage, disservice, crime, grievance, prejudice. Let's try mistrial. Trial, hearing, injustice. Actually, you know what? Let's just call this mistrial. I know that mistrial sounds like something a lot more specific, but for now, I'm just gonna go with this. And larceny is therefore... Hold on, what is the definition of larceny? Unlawful taking and removing of another's personal property with the intent of permanently depriving the owner. Theft. Okay, that works. Larceny. So now, we can label these as 1 to 3 and these as 4, 5, 6. And we can say that if this doesn't work for you because of your relationship with that person, you can add or subtract 3 to the roll. Now that is clean, I think. Okay. We need 2 more benefits for betrayal then. And a bunch more for these ones. I just noticed that it's almost midnight. Okay, well, I did not work on the features for myths. I did establish what kinds of myths I kind of want. This one... okay. The placeholders I want renamed because they are just... how do I even put it? They are probably trademarked, is what I'm trying to say. Like, Ghost Rider. Is this a mythological figure? Name of superhero? Name of several fictional characters? Ghost Rider comic book, 2099. Whoa. I did not know that's a thing. Road of Damnation. Ghost Ride. Uh-huh. Short film on bus safety. Hold on. Does this have any pictures? Brief tracks. Okay, I don't know. I don't feel like reading that. Military, music, sport, other uses. Channels. Ancient folk myth. Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. In England, it was known as Herlafing, Herla's Assembly, Woden's Hunt, Herod's Hunt, Cain's Hunt, the Devil's Dandy Dogs in Cornwall, Gabriel's Hounds in Northern England, and Ghost Riders in North America. The subject of Stan Jones's American country song Ghost Riders in the Sky of 1948, which tells of cowboys chasing the devil's cattle through the night sky, resembling the European myth. I had no idea whatsoever that this is connected. My mind is a little blown right now. Wild Hunt has appeared in various publications. Okay, I am absolutely baffled. Consider me bewildered. I wonder if the Ghost Rider comic book character mentions it. Wild Hunts? No. But they must know. Still, I'm just... Okay. So, I cannot use Ghost Rider because that's trademarked term, but it's connected to Wild Hunt. That changes some things in my mind. My gears are spinning, and I don't know what exactly are they cooking, but this thought will be in the back of my mind for days. Maybe even weeks or months. Something will eventually come out of it. Also, when it comes to the myths, I kind of want each myth to have a page like this, where you will see, or more like this, I suppose, where you will have a brief introduction to who the myth is, and then 6 possible features which you could choose from whenever you like make contact with them and so on. How you died. You can gain these features only if you die. Let's remove that, because they already established like the curses are a way for you to prevent death, I think. Zombie, curses, home features, how you died. What exactly do I even expect from the home features? Did I even establish that previously? I guess I did not. I'm thinking it would be something like mountains or towny, coast, maybe someone from overseas who just arrived, newcomer. But yeah, for now it's gonna have to stay away. Now curses. Maybe... I'm trying to think of a way to incorporate the doll type stuff, because I want there to be like clockwork arms and clockwork legs, maybe even clockwork eyes and so on. So maybe the doll maker could fix your wounds, but at some kind of cost. Maybe the doll maker is the one who removes your soul. Well, zombie already removes your soul. Well, whatever the case, that's gonna be all from me for today. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate you, and I'm not sure when will be the next time I will stream, but I certainly look forward to it. And I look forward to working more on this cowboy game and using my thumbnail more. Who knows? Okay, bye.